Jeffries. 34th Battalion Australian Infantry displayed incredible bravery in attack when his company was held up by enemy machine gun fire.
Organising a party, he rushed an emplacement, capturing 4 machine guns and 35 prisoners. He then led his company forward under extremely heavy machine gun fire towards the enemy.
Later, he organised another attack, capturing a machine gun and 30 more prisoners.
This gallant officer was killed during the attack. However, it was entirely due to his bravery that this particular battle was quickly over. He was posthumously, meaning after death, awarded the Victoria Cross, the highest military honour.
Good afternoon, distinguished guests, and importantly, the 1,400 students from our city schools. Welcome, on behalf of Newcastle's public, Catholic and independent school communities, to the annual Newcastle Combined Schools ANZAC Commemorative Event. This is the 62nd year.
His Excellency Mr. Jean-Louis Bonson, Ambassador of Belgium to Australia, Mr. Reuben Hart, on behalf of Sharon Clayton, MP, Federal Member for Newcastle, Councillor Stephanie Posniak, representing Tim Crackenthorpe, MP, State Member for Newcastle.
More of my peoples. I pay my sincere respects to elders past, present and future. We also acknowledge their continuing relationship with the land, and they are the proud survivors of more than 200 years of dispossession. On behalf of the people of Newcastle, I would like to welcome you to this year's Combined Schools ANZAC Commemorative Event. A particular welcome to His Excellency Mr. Jean-Luc Bodson, Ambassador of Belgium to Australia.
Of the Australian and New Zealand Armed Forces, who have served and those who died in all wars and peacekeeping operations. It is held on the anniversary of the landing by the Australian and New Zealand Army Corps at Gallipoli in Turkey 102 years ago, on the 25th of April 1915.
One of our local brave heroes was Captain Clarence Smith Jeffries, who was born on the 26th of October 1894. He then joined the 34th Battalion in 1912 and became a lieutenant on the 22nd of August 1914 and was awarded the Victoria Cross for his conspicuous bravery on the 12th of October 1917.
Europe's leading powers, Russia and France, whose alliance posed the threat of a two-front war.
Schlieffen's plan entailed an attack upon northern France before advancing upon Russia. This was based on the idea
refused. Belgium would do all in its power to defend its rights and protect its people.
Belgium is a nation, not a road!
Britain, seeing its ally under threat, stepped up to help with protecting neutral Belgium.
Despite her reasons, Britain's declaration of war would be felt across the globe, bringing the conflict within Europe to a worldwide scale and entangling colonial nations, such as Australia and New Zealand, into the bloodiest war the world had ever seen.
During the first months of the war, the Belgian city of Ypres and its people suffered from numerous and ongoing assaults from the German army. Ypres stood directly in the path of Germany's plan to sweep across Belgium and into France.
There are so many wounded people everywhere! The land around us is nothing! 2 children killed in the British arrival! My wife! My children! Our only concern is to get away from the constant bombardment and shelling! Has anyone seen my daughter? One poor young man had his leg blown off. I tried to save him, but he was lying in a pool of blood. So many wounded people! How could we possibly save them all?
when there was a call to war, Clarence had to protect his country. He left the mining business and enlisted with the 34th Battalion on the 1st of February 1916.
He endured rigorous and tiring training through consistent rain in various places across Europe. Due to his cadetship, he was advanced quickly through the ranks, going from just private to captain in only 2 years. It was only once that he was promoted to second lieutenant that he finally joined the frontline forces. He had taken the battle to many places, including Messines, Armentières, and finally, Passchendaele.
It was the Battle of Passchendaele where he displayed his true leadership and courage, resulting in being awarded the Victoria Cross.
We attempted to push the Germans towards Passchendaele village. Commanding officer, Clarence Jeffries reporting, sir. There are numerous German walkouts and pillboxes to be knocked out. They're holding up our Australian attack.
Captain Jeffries organised a party to attack the pillbox at the highest point of the ridge.
34th Battalion! Climb the summit! To the German enemy line!
To the stomach.
Captain Clarence Smith Jeffries was the only child to have many collieries. His mother and father went to considerable lengths to locate the remains of his son. Typically, it was not the practice of the Defence Department to give this information to the next of kin, but this was a special case.
The mothers, fathers, sons and daughters, those who had to flee and forever leave their lives behind.
1914, the Germans began to shell the area. I could hear the sound of the wood cracking and the glass of the windows shattering in the intense heat. The wounded were at the old wood market. One woman had her head cut and another her stomach split open. We lost ourselves dozens of times, blinded by clouds of dust.
The majority of refugees are women or children. Bombs and chemical warfare are destroying crowded cities.
Belgium to Australia to the stage to speak on behalf of the people of Belgium.
Of this combined school ANZAC Commemorative Event to invite me here to be present. I'm very honored and very humble. Early this morning in Canberra, I attended also a beautiful and moving ceremony, which was the dedication of the Flemish Garden and the War Memorial. We had soil come from several battlegrounds on Flanders fields, transported to Canberra and put into this beautiful garden as a token of friendship. The Governor General was there, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Julie Bishop was there, and I had to leave a little bit early before the end of the ceremony to be here on time.
The Merriweather Hamilton RSL sub-branch will introduce the remembrance section of our event.
Thank you, Ambassador Hodson, for joining us on this ANZAC commemoration and for your kind and thoughtful words. I served as a soldier and a national serviceman in the Australian Army during the Vietnam War, and I speak to you as the President of the Merriweather Hamilton RSL sub-branch, which financially supports the Newcastle Combined Schools ANZAC Commemorative Event each year. I offer my congratulations to the students for telling the story so well about a very important chapter in Australia's military history. about the service and sacrifice of the Australian Imperial Force during the Great War in Belgium in 1917, the suffering of the Belgian citizens during the Great War, and the strong bonds that have been developed between Australia and the Belgian people 100 years ago, which continue to this day.
On behalf of the Newcastle citizens.
Mr. Phil Winnie, representing Merriweather Hamilton RSL Sub-Branch and District Council of RSL Sub-Branches on behalf of the Newcastle Exos community.
His Excellency Mr. Jean-Luc Baudson, Ambassador of Belgium to Australia.
Sean Hassel, on behalf of major sponsor, the Newcastle Permanent Building Society.
Part of the ceremony is the reading of the Ode of Remembrance. This is a verse taken from a longer poem called For the Fallen by Lawrence Bignon. Raphael Rojas and Isabel Doherty, Year 6 students and captains at Hamilton South Public School, will read the Ode of Remembrance.
Age shall not worry them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them, lest we forget.
The bugler is Neve Lewis from Newcastle Grammar School.
So we can have 1 minute's silence. This is a result of respect to those who gave their lives for our country, and to think about why we are here.
Bugler, sound reveille.
Officer of Newcastle Permanent Building Society to speak on behalf of the major sponsor of today's service.
Newcastle Permanent here today as we honour Australia's servicemen and women, and particularly commemorate their involvement in the 1917 Battle of Passchendaele. You know, at Newcastle Permanent we are so proud to continue our 14-year partnership with Newcastle and Hunter Combined Schools ANZAC service, helping it to become a treasured local tradition in the Hunter and an important educational initiative for younger generations. It is a unique opportunity for students to learn about the heritage of our ANZACs through researching their incredible stories and feats of courage and endurance.
Could we please invite distinguished guests to join us at the Newcastle Museum for the opening of the exhibition at 2:15, followed by refreshments and a group photograph. Students, please remain seated until advised when to move by your teachers or supervisors. You will be escorted to the bus pickup zones in King Street. Kindly take your programs with you. Thank you.